Hello everyone, K-Bob here, and I figured with the upcoming release of the new map expansion to Conan Exiles, I figured it would be a good idea just to kind of give some quick tips and pointers on essentially how to level in this game. I have a couple, I think it's like over 100 hours in this game. And I was just going to point some things out that might be beneficial to someone who's rather new or coming back to the game. Just first and foremost, the religion. They're adding a new one in the expansion, so I don't think we really know what benefits there are to it. But just given the ones that are here, Crom gives no benefit. You don't build an altar or anything. Set, I think the main benefit for Set is the poison, the antidote potions. I don't think there are any other antidote potions you can make in the game, not to my knowledge. So this is the only way of getting it. And if you've ever been hit by any of the spiders with poison, it stacks, it can do some damage to you. Yogg, I think Yogg has been the one that's the best chosen for new players. The unblemished flesh is pretty good to have as it doesn't rot. And I think, if I remember right, it replenishes both food and water. Mitra is also pretty good. That's more of like a defensive god as far as benefits go. I'm not referring to actually summoning the god, but that one gives an ambrosia, the healing, and it gives a well as you upgrade it. Much more on the defensive, whereas Set and Yogg are a little bit more on the offensive with the snake arrows, and actually I don't know what Yogg. I could get like javelins or something. But just to give you an idea, and this I'll just briefly go through just like the first hour or so, and I'll cut bits and pieces out, and just ultimately to give some pointers on this. So we'll just randomly generate this guy. We'll go Mitra.
The gods are watching.
Sure. We'll just go with this, and we'll just name him. There we go. So first things first, once this is loaded, I'm playing on a public server, by the way. There are storyline aspects to it, and you can kind of listen to it there, but always get the water jug. Oh, that's right, they had discoveries on this. The water skin, yeah. And how you gain experience in this game is everything. Everything you do gains experience. Even just sitting here, we're gaining experience. See, there you go. It's going up if you look at there in the top bar. So, beginning, just gather everything. Everything you can. Fiber here is always good to have a lot of it. See, there we go, we already gained the level. Fiber, sticks, just a little bit of stone, because we'll use this point to get some basic crafting tools, which we'll need all this for. And the plant fiber is good for the basic cloth armor, which really doesn't do a lot, but it does enough. Let me collect here, and while I'm crafting it, I'll give some tips on what to put points into. Oh, That's new. Let's see if we have enough. Ah, we're still a little bit shy. In time, I think we have enough sticks to get something. That guy, I mean, if you care about the storyline, which it'd be nice to pay attention to. There's some things here. Half-eaten guy with a journal. Alright. So I think we have enough. There we go. Alright. So, attribute points, I highly recommend, at least for the very beginning, to put a good portion of your points into encumbrance. And there's a potion you can get later on where you can reset things. And once you get that, you can reset it to whatever. But at least in the beginning, I'd say probably the first 20 levels, you would want at least 5-6 points in encumbrance. With that, you can carry a lot more things, a lot more stone and whatever material you want. That would really help you out. Just to kind of go over things. Strength, obviously, damage and melee. Agility is armor. Vitality, health pool. That's the other one. Accuracy is range damage. Grit, stamina. Encumbrance is how much you can carry, and survival is, I guess, just how long these last. And I think it only affects once you're in that starving or thirst state. But really, encumbrance and probably vitality are kind of what's important early on. Maybe some points in the stamina too. As far as recipes to learn, this one obviously is the first one. Your main goal in the beginning is to get to this. That's how I set it up, is to get to this wooden box first, so you can actually store things. So probably go here to get this, and then here. So since you get good portion of experience from crafting, this is a good place to go and just start building all these things and getting experience. The reason why I suggest this next is that campfire is good for cooking your food, and as in the beginning, it's hard to get food. So either one of these for the next skill point, I highly suggest this first, but if you're really good at survival and eating the bugs over here, then it might be okay with building the stonemason next. But from here, I would say the next main phase is getting this and then going to thralls. But ultimately, especially if you're playing in PvP, you're not really safe until you get to about level 20. Oops, where is it? Did I pass it? Did I move it? Hold on, I keep on moving things around. Here, that's it, yeah, so this. So this gives you access to the tier 2 foundation walls, which for PvP is very helpful to have. So ideally, your base is not really safe until you get this. So we have that. So let's go ahead and craft this here. This will allow us to get more stone. We'll kind of go from there. I'll continue playing and I'll just cut in and out. Okay, here we are. I am currently level 11 now, and just to kind of give you an update, here's my little base that I made. It's very basic, very cube-like, and I'll show you right now why it's always good to have a roof on your base. because people can do this. Come on in and raid all your stuff. So, first things first, I don't think I mentioned this before. It's always nice to have a little hideout to hold all of your stuff. I don't have it here, but essentially what you would do... Actually, I might have some. Here. Is you would have one chest out, and then kind of hide everything else like this. You would do this and then have a chest over here, so when you get raided, obviously you'll have a roof on it. They'll just get there, get your chest, get whatever is in that, and then leave. So when you come back and your base gets raided, you can just come back over here, dismantle the wall, and you have some more stuff left. Some people even go to the extent of having an easily false set here. So one that's obvious that there's a fake wall here. They have hidden chests. So they go to that thinking that's it, but they actually have another hidden set. And that's something that you would probably have to do still while you have these tier 1 walls. Anyways, let's just kind of go over the skills here. Again, here's my attributes. As you can see, I have 7 points in encumbrance, 2 in grit, and 6 in vitality. The skills I've learned is basically everything that's all the crafting stations. I have the ability to get thralls now, and essentially you need this and this to build the things to get thralls. And just quickly, what you would do when you have this, you get the truncheon, go to a NPC camp, and just beat them with this, knock them unconscious, and then use the fiber bindings to bind them and then carry them back into your wheel pane where you feed them food. Gruel is usually the most efficient, and break them. And once they're done, they're treated just like anything else over here. You can hold them like this, and whenever you want to place them, just move them here, press the button, and then you can place them. As far as combat goes, really, once you get these, you're pretty much good, and you actually get a decent amount of experience from the Shellbacks and the Gazelles. And generally what I do is, while I'm looking for crafting material for these things here, I hunt and kill on my way. So you get good experience for crafting these things here, a lot for crafting these, and then you get experience from the kills. Focusing on kills, just like hunting, I don't think it grants you a lot, mostly because you have to sit there and run around and you're wasting time. So you can do that, and while you're running around, if you run across some stone or some bushes or whatever, just harvest. And then once you have enough, you can start building these components while you do that. That would be a good idea as well. I also don't recommend building a huge building out of the tier 1, because like I said, it can also be easily destroyed. So once you have that, and once you get around my level, the big thing now is getting iron. And let me just show you really quick where most of the iron is on the map. It's around here. There's a whole bunch of iron around here, and it's really kind of like along the sides of these cliffs is where you'll see it. Here, here, over here. There's some over here as well, but there are higher level monsters over here. I just recommend going over here and getting it over here, and then some over here. There are also NPC camps that when you kill the guys, they drop ironstone, You can also get ironstone from just mining stone. But when you actually find an iron node, which is just gray rock essentially, at the beginning you have no choice but to mine it with a stone pick, and you get pretty crap return. You get 1 piece of iron stone, and it takes 2 iron stone to make 1 block of iron, one iron ingot. Once you get the iron pickaxe, which is right here, you get at level 10, the iron pick, it's much easier. You get 3 to 4, but just in the beginning with that stone pickaxe, it's just difficult to get. Yeah, see, I don't have the blacksmith thing yet. 'Cause I have enough iron, I just don't have any brick yet, so I need to go get brick. But once you get that done, you can start streamlining material to get to make the reinforced things, which is just the iron reinforcements. So as you can see, I'm starving here. Do I have any food on me? I do not. So let's just go over here. Yeah. What is he doing? There we go. Ah. So that's pretty much what it is. And in the beginning, I've always found that hunger was always an issue. And one of the ways to combat that while you don't have any food or anything is just harvesting this, because you'll get the bugs. And while they don't really provide a lot of food, they provide enough to keep you going. There. And in case you don't know, how you get food is you kill these little shellbacks, anything really, and you just repeatedly hit them. I wouldn't recommend hitting them with this, because you have this reduced durability on it. Beat them real quick. So, with one of these, yeah, see, save your flesh. And you can just throw it in the campfire, and then there you go. If hide is really a problem, you're not getting enough hide, you can get the knife. Here, skirmisher, stone dagger, and use that, and you'll get just hide, and you'll get a lot of it, which is really nice, because the first level of armor is a cloth, as a light wrap here, which is using hide. I don't really consider this stuff here armor, because it really doesn't do much of anything. But there you go. Once you start making the iron reinforcements and whatnot, you probably need a couple of these, a couple of iron benches, because it takes a while to make. And you can just streamline it. Get a couple of blacksmith thralls, throw them on there to reduce the cost of things. And then there you go. You just keep on doing that, keep on making iron reinforcements, you get a lot of experience. As far as experiencing from crafting going, the more material it takes to make it, the more experience you get. So for these right here, this is essentially half the experience of this. So it's not really like a flat rate. So it's based off of how much it is. Like for this right here, it was a couple thousand, but it's also 540 stone. I think this was like 200 and something. This was 100 and something. So it scales with the amount of material needed, which makes sense. But hopefully that was some good tips. If you have any other suggestions or any other questions, let me know and I will answer them and maybe make a few more videos. I plan on playing this a lot once the new expansion comes out. Well, it's early access, the new addition to the map, which in case you don't know, it's all up here. I plan on having my own server starting up, and I will make a video about that and tell you where it is, and we can kind of go from there. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know in the comments if there's anything you would like to to suggest or critique, and I'll see you guys next time.